get a little bit sticky, a little bit one-on-one-ish, and they're not getting what they need.
When you want to force Jrue back to the strong side, there were two other players over there, so that means more help.
McCollum losing rebounding that Alvin Gentry anticipated, and a defensive presence here. Poked away by Holiday. Clock is down to 5. Durant lost it. Durant has it knocked away.
Kyrie somehow keeps it alive, hangs in the air. 5 in the shot clock.
I'm the Pelicans. I want to switch everything. I do not want to get caught 2 on the ball. I'm going to switch this pick and roll. Dude, they flatten it up, letting him go one-on-one.
Season was going to start on a downward spiral, but this group has rallied behind their best player and find themselves right in the thick of things.
Who has made more threes than
DeJounte Murray trying to get there. Jrue Holiday, and that's off Murray.
So finally, every year you want to count them out. It's kind of like counting out the Spurs.
who are playing with Harkless, Aminu, Lillard, Collins, and Connaughton. Lillard, nifty move.
But the second of a back-to-back, so minutes are going to be down for a bunch of guys tonight. Jimmy Butler. Good job by Jrue Holiday. Butler, 7 of the shot clock for T.J. Warren. Banting.
Hill with the step.
5 seconds. About an 8-second difference. Shot clock, the game clock. Smith.
Just out shooting. Much less when you consider 5 other guys out there trying to stop him.
Right. Somebody playing actual defense. They use it loosely.
Playing that physical game, and I think they need more of that from him.
Good D, Jrue Holiday. Don't want to foul.
To play with Taj Gibson and Karl Anthony Towns.
By the way, in case you're wondering about Teague and Belly, Tom Thibodeau said before the game tonight that they are both continuing to get closer.
Both teams, and you can understand some jitters. There's more playoff experience, though, as Turner got there.
Runner that we saw to start the game, and immediate.
Here's Lou Williams. Crosses over. Gets to his left.
At this level, and the thing about Lou Williams, I'm impressed with. Now he's turned into not just a scorer.
Come from somebody on the other side of the court.
But there are 2 others.
Yes, they are.
It's lost and out of
made it. Foul trouble for Aaron Gordon. Most space this time down the floor. It's 98-95.
Saves it from McCollum with 10 to shoot. McCollum drives in on Holiday.
Back up and great post position.
Right.
He's supposed to get that ball.
Good challenge.
Smash on defense, but if we're able to do that and control them in the half court defensively, then it should be all right. But
Holiday having a great year defensively.
Means you're averaging about 26, 27 points a game and consistent.
Harden again.
As much as this team misses Kawhi Leonard, they play a completely different style without him. Similar.
No matter who's down there, get him the ball, get him his touches.
Harrison Barnes.
Dennis Bates tries. Pops it up and all 6. 5 on the shot clock. Pull up for Dennis.
So Jameer Nelson with Jrue Holiday at the 2. And Lillard's getting.
Curry stripped, knocked out of bounds.
Question about that. Now an interesting time. Josh Jackson forcing it. Blazers very much in the fight.
The State ball movement was a big key for the Pelicans. They had 36 assists in game 3.
As Durant pulls up.
They got to go double off of that.
That's his second season with the Pelicans after 2 years with Chicago. In a dazzling display here in game 1.
And that's what, like I said, the Pelicans need this. They need other guys stepping up. Nico finally getting a nice flow to his game.
Ricky goes baseline, leaves it out, Favors back out to Rubio, 8 to shoot. Left to right hand, what a little spin, into paint, jumps it.
Funny story behind this, guys. Back on April 4th, they had Memphis here in New Orleans, and Mirotic shaved before the game. He went on to...
keeps the dribble somehow alive.
Impacted the basket, especially this late in the game.
Against the Knicks. Holiday.
Schroeder tapped to lead it by 18, trying to go up 3 games to none in this best of 7.
Dinwiddie sizing up Holiday, makes his move. 5 to shoot. Dinwiddie works around the Zeller screen. Dinwiddie. Oh, that just never.
He ends up getting the payoff for it.
Rubio blocked. He's not been cleared medically. To your point. Parker
Stays ready.
These games, he's been averaging over 20. He's the guy that they're going to need to really made a big difference. You got to love the pace. I mean, both teams are being super aggressive.
There's Levine to his left hard. Levine to his right. Levine a spin. Down into traffic. Now the Gentry not really arguing. Here's Grant. Cut off. Knocked away.
And then stared him down. Right. Love it.
Beasley's into the game for the first time for the Knicks, and he was a catalyst in the 4th quarter with Porzingis. He killed the Pels. It'll be hard to wait. Mitchell, will he give it up? Nope. Man. Wiggins trying to lose Jrue.
The Pelican bigs because it's going to make him frustrated, force him into fouls just like that.
Simmons may have gotten a piece of it as it never got there. And Holiday flipped on his way by, so Sarge gives it.
I think that would really improve the officiating.
Good point, man. I can't believe that Leon Wood is not a head official. He's been in the league a long time. You mean tell me he's not a lead official?
This crowd doesn't like Ricky right now. That ball just flipped.
And Donovan's having some struggles with that look. 0 for 4. O'Neal's parked in the corner, picked up by Crowder.
He ran right into Capella, and that's not a good formula.
15 seconds, and they're still not into their play.
In the second half, I want to thank Antonio Daniels for joining us once again in the second quarter.
The refs are going to help us. You got to play through some of this contact, and we talk all the time, adding something to your game. And
Pels back home Friday night. Man, oh man. It'll be great for the
Pelicans tonight. Rudy sets a high screen. Eagles keeps the dribble.
Right.
Both teams are shooting 50% or better.
You got to bring it up yourself. Don't turn it over throwing flat in there, but
on the other end, Fox is really growing up in front of us, changing speeds, getting other guys involved, finishing strong.
It's tough shooting night. He's 4 of 14 now.
To play. Be physical.
When they just announced the new Hall of Famers, as Harrison's into the game for the first time. 2:20 left in the third. After a 2 for 11 start in the third. Now an 11-2 run for the Pels. So can they close it out early? Get the guys off the floor. Good clip.
Post him too.
Mike James, the guy with the ball, is a pretty good story. Jrue almost took it away. This is their 27-year-old trying to make his imprint in the NBA. But Anthony's already got 7. Boda trying to get there, and he will.
Hood the handoff in Favors. 5 to shoot. Bonnie backs it out. Favors sets a screen. Hood's going to force up a long 3. That one's going to
Poor position. He ain't got to sit there and bang with 5 the whole entire game. So huge plus.
And still. Richardson blocked. So John Wall. And Jrue Holiday almost took it away again. Court top with a moving pick. That makes it easy. Omer Ashik ready to check in. Can they get some stops, though? That's going to be the key. Holiday all over Gary Harris. That's a deep one. It's up to 38 after 39 5 weeks ago here. McCollum, good carry. And
Ingles.
Said it earlier this year, 36 at Houston.
Much better rhythm, shoot it better at home.
But they're young.
Big shooter ready at all times.
Got a lot of notches on that gun.
Man's got to set the screen. Because now you got Mirich instead.
Well, that's what he does for this team. He does it on both ends.
Jrue Holiday jumping the route on Ginobili. And Ginobili at the buzzer.
Half down by 7.
They think that's going to make a big difference in containing the team this time tonight.
Let's see if it pays off. AD is there.
Not going away quietly, led by Booker's 40. He's looking for 43.
Defenses to figure out what to do next.
Fourth quarter. Brandon Ingram with the dribble. Boy, he's done this so well. Tremendous assistance. Uh-oh. Lou goes to get it. The deflection.
Good shot. Good offense.
8-point game. They're down 14. Boy, playing catch up on the road this early. 10 on the shot clock for Jared Jack. That was
The Blazers clearly have a little more bounce, a little more team to play this, bring it up the court themselves.
CJ across midcourt. He's hit 4 threes tonight. He'll drive it. Scoop it.
Evans at the end of the shot clock. On a step back. Plenty of time on the shot clock after they look for the early offense.
And 7 of 27. We're behind the line.
Yet they continue to shoot him.
7:40 to play. Fourth quarter. LeVert gets the step on Holiday.
Cousins' arms are up so high, and if it catches somebody in the jaw or face or whatever. Nice 14 to 15 and get you headed in the right direction by Davis last game.
Payne and Simmons. And Simmons at 7 with 3 dimes and 4 boards early for Jrue. Good carry by Martin. Can't call a carry the rest of the night.
DeMarcus Cousins has 5 times more three-pointers made than Giannis.
Get that stop as well. Lillard for the game for the Pels. Fifth between the two teams. Booker over.
Spurs need to get back on the board. Manu trying to weave his way to the hole.
Pass he got off the ground to dunk. Shot clock's down to 5.
DeRozan directing traffic. Follow-away.
Well, they're recognizing there is no matchups for AD and Cousins. They're always going to be.
So DeMarcus Cousins, they're still 0 for 8. They got the points from the free throw line. Dennis Smith Jr. There's it going to be tonight in Portland, though.
Does that put Jameer Nelson in double figures? Yes, it does.
McCollum short, but he'll get.
A fortunate break for the Lakers. 14 to shoot. Clarkson with 24 on the night. He's double teamed. He still has it. He has it.
Bell's out there for JaVale McGee. 38th overall. And a big 5 Milwaukee step back.
Arrow attacking glass, but still a chance to win 44 games.
Isolation and a clear out. Jrue Holiday in front. Took it away.
Anthony will post up Holiday in the mismatch, but Holiday, one of the best.
Doesn't defend very well, i.e. Marc Gasol. Johnson, Holiday.
Nice job by Holiday and Randolph.
Did a great job of closing the half yesterday. And then even in the third yesterday. Good job, Jrue. Good job.
Turns against Holiday. Backs him down. Knocked away by.
Set it up for DeRozan. Mid-range game, and he's close. Takeaway, Jrue.
They got a pretty good team, too. They got some really good pieces. Nice bench piece. Redick is one of the best. So I don't know why you would let him go. I think he brings something to this team that not a lot of players can.
Career. Now they say he's going to do it the rest of the way. Holiday up against Simmons again. Good job by Jrue. Conference teams overall 14 and 13 away from the Smithsonian King Center. When you consider they only won 13 road games last year,
Let's keep this up.
Paul George, Jrue playing him perfectly. Hopkins, what a discontinued dribble. Good job by Kemba Walker. And Marvin Williams by 1 today by 18-97-79 over Milwaukee. And
on an 11-0 run. Well, Harkless in the lineup for the first time in the post-up.
Meeks and Scott about to come into the game. third quarter for the Sixers. Sarge. Did he ever leave the paint? Never. Locked away by Holiday.
You can't foul and stop the shot clock because you got guys that'll flat out knock it down.
36 points. A lot of big men get the tag that they're black holes, that the ball goes to them. And
the return of DeMarcus Cousins to Sacramento City.
Defense, this guy is incredible. Nothing I could do.
Shot clock winding down. This time he turns. Green right back to Durant.
Durant being played by Holiday. Durant.
Rondo attempted that layup with 19 seconds on the clock after inbounding.
The playoffs. Here's Durant out of fade.
They go to Evans out of the timeout. Up against Jrue Holiday. And bully ball.
Shooting 7 of 16.
How about that defense? Steven Adams on him right there.
How about the on-ball defense?
And they're pushing them out of teams even further. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot, 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Paul the turnaround.
Bank on Holiday.
And 24-14 in Boston. And they got their heart broken in Brooklyn is Jimmy Butler.
Barnes again. This time against Holiday. Good mismatch. With 3 to shoot. Turn around for the baseline. It's
the athleticism of these guards that is very surprising at times.
Brooklyn into the game. It's a better matchup for them. They lose offensively. It's Nowitzki over back. With this group on the floor, we know that. But the Pels have to also keep making a pay for the size.
Friends with the rules. Well, and Jrue Holiday was also ahead of the play there. Jrue Holiday was not.
Vooch and a smaller man under Green yelling out instructions. Curry in the lane, knocked away by
Blazers. Leading here 105-103 is a pass up the floor to Connaughton. Cherry picking. Holiday overruns the play.
11 turnovers now.
They meet in a circle. 16 to shoot for Miller. Batted away. The ball comes free. Damian pokes it ahead.
James should have been called for a foul there. Rockets caught a huge break. Bamuta.
Here's flying down the lane.
Not a good look. Now Ish motoring his way. Blocked away by
long to Ish. Minute to play in the half. Ish to the basket.
And they do.
From the right corner.
Holiday liked it. Jrue Holiday.
When he's been in the ballgame, you just can't play everyone.
Another turnover. McCollum caught in the air. Holiday. County left in the first half. Kyle Anderson.
Tatum off the dribble, loses the handle.
And now with the shot clock down, Kraft, percentage buster. On number 9 unanswered. Donovan Mitchell, Carroll.
Cornrow stripped to the basketball. DeAndre whips one down low to Blake behind the back for the Grizzlies tonight. Brandon Wright also not available to the Grizzlies.
Again, Eric Bledsoe.
To everybody.
Avery have assisted tonight on 27 of 42 makes.
4 plus to play. Green, Jrue Holiday 11.
That's why it's so tough to guard Rondo sometimes, because you give him so much space, and then he closes that space, and now you can't touch it.
Step for a timeout of their last 4. They're averaging 16. Gary Harris got to stop the basketball. Jrue got back, didn't quit on the play.
I decide movement of the ball and bodies and try to find an easy bucket rim.
Neck injury to be able to play.
Tremendous story. And I'm sure it's
out of control, too strong. And Jrue takes it away.
Stands there, jump shot. Miritich with 16, he averages 4.
Curry saw.
Averaging 30 points a game in his postseason career.
They're running. Lillard off all these screens.
By Jordan.
Hard on that jump shot. Working on getting the confidence in it.
Lob didn't work. Monroe's
Shot by Thompson.
20 seconds left. Line by Jrue Holiday. Looked good out of his hand. On the trail, it's Chris. Look at
on the game. Only 2 points, but has had his fingerprints all over.
Still hanging on to that 2-point lead.
We always tell him, well, thanks for your support. We hope our guys give you a good.
Got healthy. Worked his way back through the G.
Medically cleared to return to action on May the 30th of last year.
Hear from him again.
His climb back to the NBA ranks is a wonderful story.
Fans wanted to travel. Satoransky double team. For Morris, they swing it to Porter. Thought about a three. Marquise Morris has a
point game. Temple, Liggins buried by Kuzma's point game. Danny Green trying to get there with Laverne.
Point outing. Trying to get it up ahead. No one. Warren go to work on Mirotic. It's across the.
Yeah, Ian Clark in the corner. Now points off the turnover.
Rebound to Richardson. Whiteside.
For 11 points for Holiday, 6 assists. An assist job. Tap now to Pope. Remember, no Thomas or
Rondo on top of McConnell. Sarge not.
That the Jazz are making to find the open man.
A little early. I got time.
Wiggins.
We've been talking a lot about that on the road trip. The third quarter. It's in the first quarter.
Harden to Ariza.
One more, though, inside position on the offensive glass. Kemba.
First time he had seen Davis or Cousins.
27 in the first quarter, led that one by as many as 9.
An open drive to the basket. And I love the left-hand finish. Here he comes. He's ready.
Now the chase.
Pelicans come in rated 6th offensively. May not be at 40% by the end of the year, but he's going to be darn close. Here's Nurkic diving in.
3 minutes to play. Try to get a third foul.
Jrue out.
That's the truth.
Spikes off the dribble. This has had a lot of fight tonight, especially that.
Unfortunately, the game is headed south.
Well, at least it'd be warmer.
Back door. Good.
Stauskas has 12 points. Mozgov.
Get it.
Got to see defenders.
Because it looked like Cousins got hit by Gortat. Wall on the run. Satoransky gets his first bucket of the night. Poured inside.
Isn't everybody from Kentucky now? Pretty good. The only reason I said Hayes and Unseld is the great Evan Hayes.
Burton goes to work. Great Lou loses it.
Rufus.
Ball. Kuzma. Those two obviously have developed great chemistry. Nearly
Point lead. Score here, that miss would work in their favor.
Feel the mental count's going.
Yeah. Kyrie Irving. Holiday on him. That'll be a fun matchup to watch.
There's so many about Middleton moving without the basketball. Coach, you always talked about his ability to slash and cut.
Being physical, it's very well made.
Guys, like I said before, are stepping up in different types of roles.
And that was his floater. Right?
More importantly, watch them get a rebound, how fast he sprints to the other end to make sure he adds that space.
Period. Getting a little banged up like most players.
But then, as he was so good, Elliot Olynyk and Christian Wood contest on the layup attempt. Nobody be able to block Brook out.
7 out of 8 now. Milwaukee nearly throws it away, nearly stolen by his brother. Brogdon back up top.
Compton, but that was a heck of a shot by Forbes. If he's falling that way, throw it up with a little bit of English on it. That's a
Piston last night, 0 for 9 against the Rockets.
That's pretty bad.
Helping to start that sequence at the defensive end. Here's Doncic. Missed by Pat Connaughton. Halliburton went to Iowa State after starring at. Durant played by Holiday.
Is a 49, 39, 88. So
shooter Kevin Huerter.
Second chance yard points.
I see what you did there. That's a great.
In a little bit, when you talk about the addition of a P.J. Tucker. Here's Cameron Payne. Here's
replica of Brook Lopez, learning how to make threes in the last couple of years, or at least.
Good contest out there by Stevens.
Now the Rockets are down 15. Blocked.
That was an excellent out-of-timeout play there by Coach Bud. That was directed toward Giannis all the way.
Yeah. You know, Vanderbilt lost by 3 last night to Kentucky.
So he has the triple-double, 24, 13, 10 assists. He had 6 assists in the second quarter alone. He was facilitating.
I contend that he doesn't need to this year for this team to have the optimum level of success, especially in the
Durant. Guarded by Holiday. Durant for 3. This is that lineup where the Nets hurt them with Brook Lopez defending Bruce Brown early. Irving gets away, shot block!
A very difficult time stopping most teams over the last.
Good job by Jrue to dig that matchup out. That would have been tough.
Hashimura working against Jrue Holiday. Pulls up at the free throw line.
Taking out that left hand. 2 to shoot. Levine's got to take it. Fires.
Goes in, just out-hustles the Bucks for that missed free throw rebound.
Veteran leadership, and now with that piece, it's almost like a big three.
Capella with a scoop. Will not count.
These are the times when guys who are struggling find ways to get the ball in the basket. Look for shots. You've got to go small.
High 30 points, 5 points per game this year. 45%, almost 40 from 3, 90.
16 fast break points. That was something the Bulls did very well, limiting Washington in the fast break.
So much, just the interpretation is still not consistent. Let me just put it that way.
How would you have benefited with this interpretation?
Well, I mean, you cover more ground. Let me just put it that way. And I was a guy that used to like to try and cover as much ground as.
Augustine. Oh, John Barry. That was
his streak of 16 consecutive double-doubles snapped last night. Basically because he shot the ball too well. Not enough offensive rebounds and a turnover for with Dragic getting over 20 points. Kyrie Irving dancing in the paint, layup in and out. Outside chance, the slightest chance it could be the Hawks. Comes down to
But again, when you get two good defensive teams going at each other like this, you're going to have these mistakes and these hesitations.
Just a 4-3 made. DeLon Wright gets a Blake screen. Stop and go move.
And Giannis be able to be under control in the paint, score around the rim. Dante did it earlier in the game too.
Right block.
Giannis has 8 points. Thought he was fine.
The Celtics being so comfortable in this
team running the floor here with Smart. Tucker. They're only 4 of 17 from 3, but that one puts them up 8 again. Booker against Holiday. He said he felt fine, no problems, didn't think about it. And again, he did play 35 minutes, and he had some impressive moves. As Chris behind the line.
Yeah, quick catch and shoots.
Gets it out to Melly. 2-for-1 opportunity here for New Orleans. Bledsoe with 5 to shoot. Bledsoe 3 to shoot. Gives it up. 1 to shoot.
Too late. Leonard full steam ahead.
James.
I'm going to say he's the best passing Sabonis. Not even in his own household. That's
Ewing out to the corner for a nice contest against Brook. Good
Denver. Just a month ago, this team was at 16 and 13, and now
Billy gets a break on that one.
You might as well go move down blow. Let that decide. He gets possession.
Morant attacking Holiday behind the back to the ring.
Cheryl was following the Bucks all season long.
26 for Middleton, 36 for Booker. First, the Bucks have been an excellent defensive team recently. Brooklyn, a rapidly improving defensive.
Again, Capella coming over on the help.
Bogdanovich.
Philadelphia to get some good looks.
Yeah, because to your point, QB, they have not had space on the perimeter. Philadelphia just 1 for 6.
The last line of your defense is securing the basketball. They get a good contest.
come on. Of course, he was the key acquisition in the offseason. Excellent two-way. Everybody else and just pinned him under the rim.
Here's Sexton.
Zone than anybody in the league, 22% of their possessions, but Giannis didn't give it a chance. He just
was close to being a backcourt. Ayton looked like he just established himself on the front court when he caught it. Meanwhile, Chris Paul did not have a PJ Tucker in the corner, leaves the paint protection area. Holiday guarded Booker, and that's some matchup. Oh, the screen set by Collins.
so physical with Young and doing a very good job here in the first half. Young gets it away. The starting five has been tremendous in this.
Shabbat. Irving the drive, the floater, missed it.
James takes all the way.
First closeout opportunity we've had in these NBA playoffs as the Bucks have the Heat on the brink of elimination, up 3-0. Oh.
Beal. Mike Budenholzer's club. Jay Crowder on the floor as well for Phoenix. You see the Suns shooting a high percentage.
Brooks is out. Grayson Allen back in. Grayson on a straight line drive hangs off.
20 to lead the Bucks.
Draws the timeout. Good time. Lays it up with his left hand and holds it out.
Great point, Doris. Harris, a little two-man game with Mike Scott. Harris.
A reason Shaq to the fool. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't. Was in the midst of losing 14 out of 16, and 2 of those dubs are against you.
Yeah, this Washington.
5 for 9 shooting.
And with that 3 now.
Bigger numbers, but when you got a little bit of help spreading the love around like that on back-to-back 2 games. Starters only.
Maybe at halftime.
Yeah.
If you see them, you have to pick up something.
10 of 18.
Gordon Hayward. Anthony is 20 years old.
Instead of the right, which he's right-handed, finishes with the left. Beautiful.
Shot clock and game clock. Dotson on Holiday. Waits for a Drummond screen.
Runs that the Bucks go on, led by Giannis.
Levine, the step back 17.
133 last night. They can score.
Yep.
They've got to defend. They've got to learn how to consistently defend.
Presence of mind. Instead of coming back down and getting a traveling violation, the Bucks get 2 points.
Keep on the bench, and even if they do, probably not big minutes unless there's foul trouble.
Give his team second opportunity. Shot clock to 5.
Christian Wood against Holiday.
Trying to think of who would be Angelo Dundee. That was another.
Hey, they are up to 18% capacity at 5-serve form.
They only took 1 shot, played 20 minutes, had to leave the ball game early.
The last 4 buckets, except for was it the Brent Forbes 3. He's
in the half. Seen him reemerge from the Lakers locker room here in the third. Ball knocked away. Ayton posting up Holiday.
Gallinari has a mismatch. Steps back and shoots. Just under 2 to go here in the third. Lead pass. Collins. Posting up on Holiday.
This time. Durant now guarded by Holiday. Durant gets it back out to Shamet. Shot clock down to 4. Durant's got to go earlier in the playoffs as Irving. Holiday draped all over him, makes it a
for all field goal percentage. Brooklyn has got a chance at a franchise record.
6.5 minutes into the period. Durant against Holiday.
They're just trying to find out. These are mainly role players. These aren't guys that you're expecting to play.
Into the honeycomb, gives it up. Right back there for Biyombo. The Bucks disrupt.
Nice job.
The right way we can get the shots that we want. This is why Coach Bud is going to show his team tape tomorrow.
Doesn't get an open look.
Where Holiday separates himself from a lot of other point guards. His willingness.
Inside to Simmons, has a height advantage. Sixers team. Simmons.
Against his team last year, Kyle Lowry has given him some difficulties defensively in the past. And you wouldn't expect that at Lowry being just 6 feet tall. 6 feet.
So he doesn't have an offensive foul. And now, guess what? He's in the mixer, too, with what he just gave on the other end.
Now a 3-point game. James over.
Kind of goes into ISO mode and seems to get a bucket every time he does that.
20 or more made threes this season.
Booker fakes. Booker the drive, gets inside, leans in with the steal. Ahead to Booker. One man to beat.
In this league, in many ways, still doing it.
Running with a full head of steam, whether with the basketball or filling the lane. Tough to stop.
Giannis guarding Durant.
But no, bro.
Shout out to Nomar Garcia-Parra.
Exactly.
Westbrook to Gafford, spinning. Gafford wrestling.
Middleton losing the handle. Westbrook. Jrue
with the jumper, the handle.
Portis. Holiday creates space by stopping.
Yeah, you're starting to see the law of averages with Milwaukee come back into effect. They really started the game slow from three-point line.
Rolling the dice. Hopefully the big guy gives a quality minute.
Holiday tips.
Booker ball like himself the last couple of days. Had his leg on them.
Best three-point shooters during the regular season. Palmer takes the three. Gets into the paint. It's back up to 11. Bobby Portis.
Young putting moves on Connaughton. Here's Young with the
Phoenix, Atlanta.
Bogdanovich.
Nick, this is a very crucial last three.
Figures for Milwaukee with a minute to go here in the third.
Foul on Tice right before we went to commercial, and then Jrue Holiday just picked up a personal foul, his second. Boston down 21 to Milwaukee. Doug McDermott at the front court positions. Here's Hill.
How many? So the Bucks keep teams off the line. And
Young guards and lead either most of the way or all the way. And in this one, not able to hit. Capella puts it in the hands of
Durant. Durant handling.
And twice they've had a 10-point lead in this game already. Matches their biggest game.
Oh, you just like the fact that Giannis was running the lead for a reason, deflected by
Reed every time. And that time the Patriots kind of got him a little bit.
because some team will be, hot from behind the arc.
Well, and just a rhythm breaker, throw it up.
Anytime that you come to a new team, especially a great team like Milwaukee, and you have the opportunity to get 10 or more shots a game as a back.
I don't have too many more in my future.
And 4-3, and the rebound to Morant. And then
3-1 and 3/4 action. Move on to the next day.
It's that little step back number that we've seen him do quite often. I think mentally they will have to alter that mindset to lead the Blazers with as little as time as possible.
Game with Robinson and Hero in the backcourt. Mo Harkless, Bam Adebayo.
Antetokounmpo forces him to give it away and turn it over for Harrell. 3-game losing streak. And this is the second game.
Only that thing is hitting your opponent in the ribs. That knocks him right across the cheek. Nice job.
Kennard walled off by Middleton. Gives to...
Much least appreciate Giannis missing a shot inside. Celtics in train for the defensive player of the year. Playing physically against shooting with the miss.
For being a closer in a tight game, right?
Here comes Brogdon. Pacers have some numbers. Feed inside of McConnell. McConnell back.
16 points. Middleton with the three. He's got 14. Cantor left to go in this third quarter.
Teams have to set franchise records for three. Mellow ball, dribbles through traffic. Pretty nice move along. What a pass.
No. That knocking Brook.
Hardaway Jr. with a nice look inside to Cauley Stein. Porzingis in the paint.
The importance of the threat of being able to make balls in this game. To the middle, Plumlee.
Now the Bucks didn't get a bucket on that play, but just playing against guys like that, Giannis.
Giannis with a block on Anthony, then a...
In his 9th season out of Texas A&M.
A hot hand. Mike
takes a look at Lopez. Go by as the big man. Tried to feed Favors.
Variety. See right there, a little hesitation. Nice speed inside.
3 losses. Last year, they didn't get to loss number 3 until 20.
Here's Bam out of.
I like even more that he's being productive on his finishes.
Whoops. Oh. Well, Melo certainly comes to mind. That'd be the first one you think. That was close to being a kick.